Welcome back to Adventure Freaks. I'm Ray, and I have a question for you. If the cost of living keeps climbing, the stress keeps building, and the political division keeps getting louder, at what point do you start thinking about an escape plan? If you had to leave the United States tomorrow and actually start over somewhere else, where would you go? You actually have more options than you think. And in today's video, I'm breaking down 5 countries where Americans can move in 24 hours and stay long term. These countries offer easy access. You just fly in and start living. They're beautiful, and the cost of living will stretch your income a lot further than you'd expect. And make sure to stick around until the end, because I'm saving my top pick for last, a country that combines beauty, charm, affordability, and some of the easiest long-term access you'll find anywhere. Now let's dive in.
Hi, can Ernest and I ask you a favor? If you find our content helpful, please hit that subscribe and like button. It truly helps us grow, and it makes Ernest happy.
And the first country up on our list is Belize. Belize is one of those places that feels like it belongs on a postcard before you even land. Crystal clear Caribbean water, dense jungle interiors, and a coastline lined with islands and reef systems that are some of the most impressive in the world. It's a rare mix of tropical island living and Central American culture, and that combination is exactly why it stands out. Whether you're into diving, fishing, slow coastal towns, or just waking up near the ocean, Belize has a natural beauty that immediately sets the tone for a completely different way of life. Now, what makes it even more interesting is how simple it is to actually get there and stay. For U.S. citizens, Belize is one of the easiest countries in the world to simply show up and start living. You can fly in, get a tourist visa on arrival, no paperwork, no proof of income, extend your stay right there in the country, and after a full year of living the Belizean life, you can apply for permanent residency, and still with no income requirement. In terms of where people actually live, a few areas tend to attract most of the expat communities. Places like Ambergris Caye, especially San Pedro, are popular for island living with restaurants, beach access, and strong expat presence. Then you have Placencia, which is the more laid-back and coastal village style, but still has everything you need for day-to-day life. Inland areas like the Cayo district offer more affordability and a slower pace if you're not focused on the beach lifestyle. Cost of living can vary depending on location, but for a one-bedroom apartment, you're generally looking anywhere from around $500 to $1,200 USD per month, with island areas being on the higher end and the inland towns being more affordable. Another advantage is that Belize is English speaking, which removes a major friction point for Americans. The transition feels smoother, especially if you're trying to settle in quickly and avoid language barriers. And geographically, it's close. Flights from the US are relatively short and affordable, which makes it easy to stay connected with family and friends back home. On the safety front, Belize is generally welcoming and relaxed, especially in the more popular expat areas like San Ignacio and Placencia and the Cays. Like most countries, some parts of Belize City are best avoided. But most long-term residents and travelers who settle outside the city report feeling very comfortable in their day-to-day lives. So when you put it all together, natural beauty, easy entry, no immediate paperwork for barriers, no income requirements, an English-speaking environment, and a clear path for long-term residency, it becomes easy to see why Belize made this list. The next country up on our list is Cambodia. Cambodia is one of those countries that surprises people the moment they arrive. You've got ancient temples like Angkor Wat, dense tropical landscapes, and a coastline most people don't even know exist. Islands like Koh Rong, where the water is clear and the beaches still feel largely undiscovered. It's a mix of historic culture, developing modern cities, and raw natural beauty that gives the country a very distinct feel, But beyond the visuals, what draws a lot of people in is how easy it is to live here long term. For U.S. citizens, Cambodia is relatively straightforward to enter. You can fly in and obtain a visa on arrival or apply for an e-visa before traveling. There's no requirement to show proof of income. Once you're there, staying long-term is managed through visa extensions. Many expats extend their stay inside the country, often working with local agents to handle the process and keep things simple depending on their situation and visa type. And for retirees 55 and older, Cambodia offers a long-term option called the ER extension. Under its E-Class visa system, it runs about $300 a year to renew. No proof of income or heavy paperwork required. Just maintain the visa and you can keep extending it indefinitely. In terms of cost of living in Cambodia, one of the more affordable countries in the region, in Phnom Penh, apartments can range from about $300 to $500 USD per month, depending on location and quality. Siem Reap is often more relaxed and budget-friendly, especially for people who prefer a slower pace of life. Rentals here start at $150 a month and go on up from there. Phnom Penh is the capital and has the most modern infrastructure, cafes, and expat communities. Siem Reap is more cultural and laid back, centered around tourism and the temples. Coastal areas like Koh Rong also attract expats, though development varies. On the safety front, Cambodia tends to be more welcoming than people expect. Violent crime is rare, and most expats and long-term residents report feeling very comfortable day to day. The main things to be aware of are chaotic traffic in the cities and the occasional petty theft in busy areas, but basic street awareness goes a long way. When you put it all together, easy entry, affordable living, and long-stay options that don't require a mountain of paperwork, Cambodia is one of the more practical choices for Americans who are serious about making a move. You've been thinking about moving abroad, but you're still stuck on where to go or even where to qualify? Well, you're not alone. That uncertainty is exactly what holds most people back. That's why we created our Ideal Destination Finder, a simple 25-question assessment designed to cut through the noise. It looks at your lifestyle, budget, goals, and preferences and gives you your top 3 best fit countries to move to. No more guessing, no more endless research, just clear, personalized direction that saves you time, money, and a lot of frustration. And if you're that kind of person that wants more clarity, someone to talk things through with, I offer one-on-one consultations where we can map this out together based on your exact situation. If you're ready to move forward, head over to adventurefreaks.com. You can scroll down a little and you'll see the ideal destination on the left. Just click it and get started. On the right, you can book a consultation with me. Pick a time that works for you. It's that simple. We'd love to help you finally get clear and take the next step. And the next country up on our list is Albania. Albania is one of the most underrated countries in Europe, and for a while, most people completely overlooked it, but they're starting to catch on. You've got a coastline along the Adriatic and Ionian Seas with clear blue water, dramatic mountain backdrops, and beach towns that still feel relatively untouched compared to more tourist-heavy parts of southern Europe. Inland, the country shifts into mountains, small villages, and a slower pace of life that feels very grounded and authentic. What makes Albania stand out is how easy it is for U.S. citizens to spend extended time here. Americans can enter Albania visa-free for up to 1 year. There's no visa on arrival process, no pre-approval, and no requirement to show proof of income. For Americans looking to stay long-term, this makes Albania an ideal base in Europe. In terms of cost of living, Albania remains one of the most affordable countries in Europe. In Tirana, a one-bedroom apartment typically ranges from around $500 to $900 USD per month, depending on location and the quality. Coastal areas like Saranda and Vlorë, you can find rentals starting at $300 to $400 on up to $1,000. which is truly remarkable for European living. Tirana is the capital and offers the most modern infrastructure and services, while Saranda is better known for its beach lifestyle and seasonal coastal living. Smaller towns along the coast offer an even slower, more local pace. On the safety front, Albania tends to surprise people. It's generally considered one of the safer countries in the region, with violent crime being extremely rare. Even petty crime like pickpocketing is less common than most European tourist destinations. Albanians also have a strong cultural tradition of hospitality, and most expats and long-term residents report feeling very comfortable there day to day. So when you look at the bigger picture, coastline, affordability, and up to a year of visa-free access for U.S. citizens, it's easy to see why Albania is becoming a quiet favorite for long-term living in Europe. And the next country up is the Philippines. The Philippines is one of those countries where life feels different almost immediately once you arrive. Think crystal clear water, white sand beaches, and islands so quiet the loudest thing you hear is the ocean. That's the Philippines at its best. And with over 7,000 of those islands, there's no shortage of it. Beyond the coastline, you've got busy cities, provincial towns, and a culture that feels deeply connected to both community and nature. For U.S. citizens, entry is straightforward. You fly in visa-free and can stay for 30 days, then simply extend from within the country. And this is where it gets interesting. The Philippines allows tourists to keep extending their stay through their local system up to 3 years on a tourist visa. No proof of income, no heavy paperwork, no complicated upfront approvals. Just extend and keep living your life, which is exactly why so many expats and retirees find it one of the easiest countries in the world to simply show up and stay. And one of the biggest reasons people love the Philippines is how livable it feels. Outside of the main metro areas, you can find one-bedroom apartments ranging from around $300 to $700 USD per month. Even daily expenses like food, transport, and services stay relatively affordable compared to the United States. Metro Manila is the capital and the most urbanized area with a fast-paced city environment, but many expats prefer places like Cebu or Davao, which offer a more balanced lifestyle with beaches, nature, and a slower rhythm of life. On the safety front, the Philippines is generally safe for expats, particularly in the popular areas Americans tend to settle. Violent crime in these areas is low, and most expats report feeling safer than many mid-sized American cities. Some regions in the south have travel advisories, but most expats stay well clear of those areas and report feeling very comfortable and welcome day to day. So when you look at the bigger picture, simple entry for U.S. citizens, flexible long-stay options through extensions, low cost of living, and a lifestyle built around islands and community, it's easy to see why the Philippines is such a popular long-term destination. And finally, we've reached our top pick. This is a country that many people overlook, but you don't want to. And it is Georgia. Georgia is a country that sits at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. It has one of the most unique mixes of landscapes you'll find anywhere. You've got the dramatic Caucasus Mountains, ancient stone villages, incredible landscapes, stunning coastal towns like Batumi, and then modern cities like Tbilisi that blend old world architecture with a growing cafe and expat community. It's one of those places where you can be walking through the centuries-old streets in the morning, and by the afternoon, you're sitting in a plaza with a glass of Georgian wine, watching the city go by. And what makes Georgia my top pick is how easy it is for U.S. citizens to enter. You arrive visa-free and can stay up to 1 year. No pre-approval, no proof of income required. But what truly makes it shine is what happens when that year is up. You simply leave the country for a day, come back, and a brand new year begins. No complicated paperwork, no lengthy approval process, and no income requirement. Just reset and keep living your life. making staying long-term easy. In terms of cost of living, Georgia is still very affordable. In Tbilisi, one-bedroom apartments typically range from about $450 to $800 USD per month, depending on location and quality. In the coastal town of Batumi, you can find rentals starting at roughly $500 to $700 per month. Tbilisi is the main hub with modern infrastructure, a growing expat community, and everything you need for a comfortable day-to-day living. Outside the city, you get quieter mountain towns and a much slower, more relaxed pace of life. On the safety front, Georgia consistently ranks as one of the safest countries in the region, and most people who move there are genuinely surprised by how secure it feels. Violent crime is rare, petty theft is minimal, and most expats report feeling more at ease walking through the streets there than they ever did back home in the US. So when you put it all together, you have a visa-free entry for up to a year, low cost of living, stunning landscapes, and a flexible way to continue staying without heavy bureaucracy. It becomes clear why Georgia is my top pick on this list. Easy entry, low barriers, and a real quality of life waiting on the other side. It doesn't get much better than this. So there you have it, the 5 countries where Americans can move in 24 hours and stay long-term. Belize, Cambodia, Albania, the Philippines, and our top pick, Georgia. Which one stood out for you? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please remember to subscribe and like. It truly supports our channel. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and trying to figure out where to go and how to actually make it happen, head over to adventurefreaks.com. We built it to take the guesswork out of moving abroad. And as always, thank you for viewing. I'm Ray with Adventure Freaks, showing you how to live your best life abroad.